Welcome back, football fam. You tuned in to the Gilly Boys. I'm about to tell you what Indiana has to do to win it all. First things first, stick to what got you here. Your identity has been that rushing attack throughout the back half of the season, and I think they should stick to it. It's led by Black and Hamby. Hamby is a patient back. He will sit behind the blockers and wait for a hole to open. And once that hole opens, he does not hesitate. He hits it full force, and once he hits it, he's punishing whoever's in front of him. He's the back who very seldomly gets knocked backwards. He constantly churns out these 5, 6, 7 yard runs, keeps them in short and second distance and short and third downs. He's the key of the rushing attack. He's probably going to be the one to get the most carries, but they do lean on other backs as well. But Hamby is the guy. He's going to be the one to get the first crack. He's going to set the tone. He's going to be the guy. He runs a little upright, but he's going to be the guy that gets physical and shows you how this Indiana team is going to play. Not to be outshined, but another running back you need to know in this offense is Ken Black. He has 169 carries for 961 yards, 10 touchdowns with a 5.7 yards per carry average. If there's going to be a running back to bust a 40, 50-yard run for the Hoosiers, it's most likely going to be Black. He's a big play guy, but he does not mind putting out a punishment as well. As you can see, he likes to be physical as well, but he's a guy that likes to take that one cut and go. He's the back you got to look out for that. Indiana, if they're wise, they will lean on this rushing attack. It's what's got them here. It's their bread and butter. I know you got a Heisman-winning quarterback, but he won a Heisman off the strength of this rushing attack. Second thing Indiana needs to do is the linebackers need to capitalize when Carson Beck makes a mistake. This linebacker core is led by number 4 Fisher, number 21 Hardy, and number 46 Jones. Talking about Fisher, he has 93 tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. He's kind of like the captain on the defense. He's the tone setter for their defense, the signal caller. He's the guy you're going to probably see play the most snaps, but he's a guy who's he's going to be, if they need a spy, he will spy. He's a guy that kind of patrols the middle in the zone, drops back a little bit and covers the middle of the field. He'll be a guy you see watching Malachi Tony on the cross routes. That's what Fisher would do, because if he gets his hands on you, he will punish you, and that's the thing you got to look out with Fisher. He has to capitalize when Carson Beck throws a pass over the middle. He has to pick it off, knock it down, or make the wide receiver pay. Next guy up is Hardy. He's going to be number 21. He's from Lakeland, Florida. He's an undersized linebacker. He's 5'11", 230 pounds. At least that's what he's listed at. He's a guy who went under-recruited, was not recruited by Miami, was not recruited by the Big Three in Florida. Well, he only is a sophomore. He only has 98 tackles, 15 tackles for a loss, and 8 sacks. He excels at rushing the passer from the second level for this team. He plays a little bit on the edge. He plays at the linebacker core. He's kind of their blitz backer, but like I said, he drops back in coverage as well. He's a guy Miami needs to locate pre-snap every snap if he's out there. Hardy is not one to lose track of. Just like the other linebackers on this team, he's a very physical tackler. He tackles to hurt, and that's something Miami needs to be aware of when going against this guy. Last guy we're going to highlight is going to be Isaiah Jones, number 46. He has 76 tackles, 15.5 tackles for a loss, and 7 sacks. Another guy who can play at the second level in a line of scrimmage. Miami needs to locate him every single snap as well. This linebacker core, probably the best blitzing linebacker core, best pass rushing linebacker core in the country. So Miami should be aware of them. The job is not done. Just when you stop the defensive line, you got to look out for those linebackers as well. Probably their strongest unit on the defense. Third thing Indiana needs to do to win this matchup, get physical with Malachi Tony across the middle. That job's going to fall on 2 guys, I believe, and their names are D'Angelo Pons and Amari Farrell. Let's start with Pons, number 5. He's a slot corner, 5'9", junior from Miami, Florida. He has 56 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss with 2 interceptions. He's a guy who also went under-recruited out of Florida, ended up in Indiana, and has been making a name for himself off the transfer market. Uh, Making an argument for being one of the best slot corners in the nation. Look for him to match up with Tony a lot in this game. That'll be the matchup to watch in the passing game. We have seen in this playoffs when teams get physical with Tony, he does slow down. He's had a couple fumbles, but it only takes him one play to turn it all around. And Puns will be primarily responsible for making sure that doesn't happen, but he will have a little help over the top. That help over the top will come in the form of a 6'2", 202-pound Lake City, Florida safety by the name of Amari Farrell, number 1 on this Indiana defense. He has 4 interceptions, 6 pass breakups with 47 tackles on the season. He is a tone setter as well for this defense. He likes to go up and be aggressive, trying to ball hawk on balls, any kind of lame duck passes. He's going to try to go up and go get them. If a receiver leaves himself wide open for a catch, like leave his body wide open, he will punish them for it. He's a big hitter. He's a guy that receivers need to be mindful of where he is once they catch the ball, or once they balls in their facility. Excuse me, y'all. He's a guy who will not only just wrap you up and tackle you, but he will wrap you up and drag you down, basically, like pick you up and pull you down. He wants to make sure you feel every hit. That's something that these wide receivers for Miami need to prepare for. They are a physical bunch, but I think Indiana's secondary can match their physicality. Last but not least, you got to test the corners on the deep routes. Fernando Mendoza, he's your Maxwell winning, Walter Camp winning, Heisman Award winning, All-American quarterback. He's going to be the guy, and once the running game gets going, they can use a little play action. If they run a 4 verts or just a seam route or something, a fade, he's real good at those kind of straight like routes down the field. He can kind of put those on the money. When you ask him to do some angled passes, you might get a little trouble. But once he has to just throw that thing out there in a straight line, he throws a beautiful ball, and he can really test those corners in coverage, throwing the ball to guys like Charlie Becker and Omar Cooper Jr. and Elijah Surratt, guys who really thrive with the ball in their hands. He's looking at a receiver that's going to catch a deep pass. Talk about Charlie Becker, big time second half of the season, 30 catches, 614 yards with 4 touchdowns, averaging 20.5 yards per catch. That's going to be someone that they have to look out for in that deep passing game. We want to talk about the guy that's going to be moving the chains all day. Elijah Surratt, 62 catches, 802 yards, 15 touchdowns with 12.9 yards per catch. He's kind of like the first read, or basically the only read most passing plays when it comes to Fernando Mendoza. And then he has another wide receiver, Omar Cooper Jr., who can also get going, has 866 yards on the season with 69 catches, 13 touchdowns. They like to spread this ball around, can't you tell? So Miami needs to be aware of what's going on in the passing game when Fernando Mendoza gets going. They don't throw it a lot, but when he does, he's efficient with it. And if he hits people deep, it could be a long day. There you have it, Hoosier fans. Those are the 4 things you need to do to win this game. You are capable of it. You should be favored. You are the number 1 team in the nation. You've earned that right. You've earned the respect of the Gilly Boys for sure. And that's our take on the game. That's how everything's going to play out when it comes between Miami and Indiana. From the Indiana side of things, this is how everything is going to play out. Let us know in the comment section. Indiana fans, did I get it right? Miami fans, did I get it right? College football fans, did I get it right? Thank you for the love and support. We just recently crossed 2,000 subscribers. Want to thank all you guys for that. Got more content coming. Got one coming up later today. Got a mock draft coming next week. Hope you guys enjoy. We out.